Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. Semua dah makan? Today I'm Aisyah and here is my partner FAIQAH. We will present about topic 3, Social-Psychological theories of delinquency. Okay, in this topic we have 12 subtopics. Okay, first I will cover from 3.1 until 3.7 and the rest FAIQAH will take over. First, we have the introduction about delinquency. Okay, first thing first, I would like to ask you, is delinquency and juvenile are the same thing?
No.
Yes. Why? Why you say so? Anyone?
Delinquency is delinquency and juvenile is someone who commits a crime.
Yes. In this presentation, we will ask you in the end and in the middle of our presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so the delinquency refers to the criminal behavior, particularly among young individuals, according to law, 18 years old and below. While the juvenile is also criminal behavior, but according to the masyarakat, the society. Okay, what the example of delinquency? Okay, here I list the 3: vandalism, the thief, violence, and something else. What? Robbery, yes. What else? Yes, rape, smoke, bullying, suicide. Yes. Dia juga tu. Okay, next. Okay, now the cases. I would like to masukkan sikit case. Okay, it's about 3 years old. Please, no content in killing a friend. And okay, the 3 years old boy killing his 7 years old friend named Jessica and while they playing a mobile game at the house because they have an argument. So the boy take his father's gun and shoot his friend at her right lung, and then the girl died. Okay, there is 4 types of delinquency. That is individual delinquency, group-based delinquency, situational delinquency, and organized delinquency. Individual delinquency is referred to the individual themselves to do the criminal act. Okay, then the group-based delinquency is committed in companionship with others, and the cause is located not in personality of the individual. Means they do the criminal act based on their surrounding, but not in family or their behavior themselves. Maksudnya, diorang buat perbuatan tu tak melibatkan family ataupun personality diri sendiri, melainkan keterlibatan daripada persekitaran luar. Then we have the situational delinquency, means the compromising normal adolescent. Okay, the group do the criminal act because there are something external, something benda luar yang push them or force them to do the criminal act. Then we have the organized delinquency that is committed by formally organized group. Means the group have the vision to do the criminal act. Diorang memang ada idea ataupun ada satu matlamat untuk melakukan delinquency itu. Then we have there is a lot of theory related to delinquency, but I will just show you 3. That is human ecology theory by Bromfeder 1979. Then we have attribution theory by Wiener 1974. Dan kenapa boleh theory pilihan rasional? Okay, theory pilihan rasional. Someone tolong translate? Okay. Human ecology theory is based interaction of human with their environment. Means teori ini melibatkan interaction antara manusia dengan persekitaran dia untuk melakukan sesuatu jenayah. Then we have the attribution theory. Individual observe their own behavior or experience, trying to figure out what caused it. Then they themselves decide to do it or not. Alright, theory pilihan rasional always make prudent and logical decision. Alright, we go to 3.2. Is psychoanalytic theory of crime and delinquency. Alright, this is overview of Sigmund Freud's contribution. You guys already heard it twice in Sir Maurice's class. It's about id, ego, and superego. Yes. Okay, what is A? What is ego? And what is superego? A is referred to instinct. Something you want to get it right now. Okay, then we have the ego is reality. Reality testing and enable person to control their input and demonstrate self-control. How they control themselves if the it tidak terpuaskan. Then we have the superego is morality that will support the ego to operate the morality principle and motivate us to behave in normal society. I will show you some example that is psychotic side is A. Like you want the food, sex, drugs now. Okay, or for example, the women want to buy a bag. She looks around and she said, I want a bag right now because it will make me feel happy. Then the ego will cover. The ego is healthy sides. They say, okay guys, I'm in charge. Anything you want has to go through me. Okay, the ego will say that, okay, I save the portion of my salary or my money to do next time. If I want to buy it, I'll buy it as a reward to myself. And then the neurotic side, that is superego, will say that I shouldn't spend so much money on bed. Lagipun, I could save money for buying something essential for myself. Okay, that's it. Understand? Anything? Okay. Okay, this is tadi is Sigmund Freud. This is Erikson's psychosocial stage. We have 8 stage here. This also you guys have read, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that is infancy. Okay, there is a psychosocial stage has 8 stage from infancy until the old stage. Okay, infancy is 0 to 1 years. That is trust versus mistrust. Okay, the trust that basic needs such as nourishment and affection will be met. Is when baby is born, they want the affection for themselves. Then we have the early childhood from 1 to 3 years old. That is autonomy versus shame or doubt. In this stage, they will develop sense of independence in many tasks. They want to play, but they will play with themselves and be independent. Third, we have the play age from 3 to 6 years old. It is initiative versus guilt. They take initiative on some activities and may develop guilt when unsuccessful or boundaries overstep. When they do something, they will feel guilt if they did not meet the rules. Kalau diorang tak follow the rules, diorang akan rasa bersalah daripada group apa diorang. Then we have this school age is industry versus inferiority. Okay, this stage where the kids develop self-confidence in ability to do many tasks. Okay, diorang masa ni lah diorang mula-mula nak macam tunjukkan kemahiran dan asal bakat diorang. Then we have the adolescent from 12 to 18 years old. From basic conflict is identity versus confusion, where they experiment with and develop identity and roles. Okay, from early adulthood until the old age is when they met love, care, and wisdom in their self. Okay, early adulthood is intimacy versus isolation, where they want to find lovers. Okay, kita lah kan. They want to find lovers in this age. And then the middle age is generosity versus stagnation, when they want to contribute to society and be part of the family. Okay, when the old age has come, is 65 onward until mati. They have the integrity versus despair, when they assess and make sense of life. Diorang hanya nikmati hidup sampailah diorang meninggal. 3.3 is moral development theory. Okay, dalam teori ni, psychologists such as Piaget and Kohlberg gain insight into the gradual development of moral judgment and intellectual capacity in children. The role of superego by Piaget 1948. Here we have moral realism and moral relativism. Okay, what is moral realism and what is moral relativism? Anyone know? Okay, no. Okay, tak apa. At this stage, okay, moral realism is when the child need to follow the rules by their parents. While the moral relativism is when at this stage, they know the reason why the rules are made. Faham? Apa yang faham? Moral relativism ni maksudnya diorang nak ikut je peraturan ibu bapa diorang, dan moral relativism ialah diorang faham apa alasan di sebalik peraturan yang disediakan. Next. Okay, macam tak fahamkan apa ni. Okay, apa yang akan jadi atau apa yang kita akan cakap bila seseorang tu ada high idealism tapi low relativism. We call it absolutist. Absolutist assume that absolutist is when they assume that if they follow the rules, then the outcome always achieved. Diorang ikut peraturan, diorang settle masalah. Okay. No. This is low relativism and low idealism. We call it expectationist, where the moral absolutist guide judgment, but pragmatically open to expectations to standard. What we call it idealism, high idealism, and high relativism. We call it situationist. They reject moral rules. They advocate individuals' analytic of each act in each situation. They relativity. Low idealism but high relativism. We call it subjectivist. Okay. Here, when subjectivists act, they act based on their feelings. Kalau dia rasa betul, dia orang ikut. Kalau dia rasa tak betul, dia orang tak ikut. Next, we go to covert stage. In this covert stage, we have 3 groups based on broad category of moral reasoning: pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Anyone have heard it?
Yes.
Conventional, in this stage, there are 2 sub-stages. From conventional, we have the avoiding punishment and self-interest. Conventional, from 8 to 13 years old, we have good boy attitude and law, order, morality. And post-conventional, where it is adulthood, we have social contract and principle. Do you want me to explain? No?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just go brief, okay? Okay, when the pre-conventional from 3 to 7 years old, okay, the child want to follow the rules because they want to avoid punishment. And then this will go to the why we do the rules, because we want to meningkatkan moral, kan? Then avoiding punishment, and they will have the self-interest in themselves to follow the rules. Next, we have the conventional, that is moral reasoning based on the cultural ethic. Okay, we have the good boy attitude and law and order morality. Good boy attitude, same goes to the avoiding punishment, but they know the reason behind the rules are made. Okay, and then law and order morality, same goes with avoiding punishment, they just follow the rules. And then we have the post-conventional, that is social contract and principle, based on the society, and the moral reasoning based on the personal ethics. Okay, then there is example of moral development. If you guys didn't understand, okay, for example, FAIQAH. Okay, FAIQAH witnessed Dina cheat on the exam. Okay, then FAIQAH faced the problem whether to report or just keep quiet. Okay, at the pre-conventional stage, what will she do? Okay, she will choose not to tell the teachers because she thought that everyone makes the mistakes, everyone lies. Then, when she grew up from 8 to 13 years old, she has the conventional level. She might report the cheating case because she felt like she had the duty to uphold the rules and maintain fairness in academic environment. Maksudnya aku kena report, kalau aku tak report tak cheat lah kan. Macam tu. Okay, at post-conventional level, what will she do? Okay, at this stage, she will choose whether to tell or not because she will make decision based on their principle and values. Okay, kalau aku cakap, aku dapat apa? Kalau aku tak cakap, aku dapat apa? Okay, based on her, what to do? Okay, then we have 3.4 cognitive development theories. Explain the process of decision making and judgment in children and adolescents. Cognitive development, we have 4. Sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Okay, anyone know sensory motor? Siapa jawab tadi? Yes, the sensory motor is born from birth until 2 years old. Sensory motor, we have 2. We have the soft gear and okay, tak apalah. Okay, sensory stage. According to Piaget, the sensory motor stage of development is a child's first stage development. Okay, in this stage, there we have the basic reflex, primary secularization, secondary secularization, coordination of secondary secularization, tertiary secularization, and representational thought. Next. Okay, then we have the pre-operational stage of development from 2 to 7 years old. When this substage, dia ada symbolic function and intuitive thought. Symbolic function, when they learn the language skills. They start to learn the language skills, and the intuitive thought is when they experience strong growth in their logical thinking, and this when the egocentrism starts. When they feel like, apa tu egocentrism? Anyone? Apa itu egocentrism? Tak tahu, okay. Egocentrism is when the child feels like they doesn't want to hear anybody else, but they just thought that aku je yang betul. Alright, tak betul. Okay, next we have the concrete operational stage of development from 7 to 12 years old. This is when the children develop increasingly advanced reasoning. Their thinking becomes better organized, more logical and systematic. Okay, daripada umur 7 ke 12 tahun, diorang mula berfikir secara luar kotak, tapi masih secara konkret. Masih secara bentuk yang nyata, tapi di luar kotak. Faham? Di mana mereka berfikir, they think more logically, more systematic dan tersusun. Okay, then development example like seriation, reversibility, classification, how they class something, conservation, classivity, and overcoming their egocentrism. Masa ni diorang dah turun lah ibu tu, diorang dah faham dah rules yang kena ikut dan rules yang tak kena ikut. We have formal operational stage of development. From the age of 11 and up, children's cognitive ability continue to advance and leads to many notable milestones. Okay, in this stage, they have the abstract thinking, scientific reasoning, moral reasoning, critical analytic, perspective taking, and continual language development. Okay, 3.5 is coping mechanism used by adolescent. Okay, adolescent can be challenging sometimes sebab kita ada banyak masalah kan. Jadi there are something that we do to preserve ourselves or to secure ourselves, to handle the stress in healthy ways, and may engage in maladaptive behavior as such as result of psychological theories. Just put 6 here, that is repression, denial, projection, displacement, regression, and sublimation. Okay, what is repression? Repression is unconscious mechanism employed by the ego to keep disturbing or threatening thoughts from becoming conscious. Okay, for example, during the Oedipus complex, aggressive thought about the same sex parent are repressed. Next, we have the denial. Denial is involves blocking external event from awareness. Of if some situation is just too much to handle, the person just refuse to experience it. Okay, for example, seorang perokok. Smokers may refuse to admit to themselves that smoking is bad for their health. Okay, orang yang hisap vape, orang yang hisap rokok akan refuse. Kalau orang cakap yang vape tu membahayakan kesihatan, dia orang akan refuse dan meneruskan je hisap rokok tu. Ya je lah. Okay. Then we have the projection. Involve individual attributing their own unacceptable thought, feeling and motivate to another person. Okay. You might hate someone. Okay. But your super ego, your morality tells you that such hatred is unacceptable. Okay. You can solve the problem by believing that they hate you instead of you hate them. Faham? Apa faham? Okay, awak boleh benci seseorang, tapi sebab awak super ego cakap benci seseorang tu tak baik. Jadi instead of awak benci seseorang, awak akan fikir yang orang tu bencikan awak. Macam itulah cara awak untuk defense awak punya diri tu. Okay, displacement pula awak satisfying an impulse with a substitute object means that you mengganti sesuatu dengan sesuatu. Okay, for example, FAIQAH in this class, she prof marah dia. Okay, tapi dia tak boleh nak marah prof. So, what will she do? Okay, she met at her friend when they come home, or she kick the stairs, or she conteng-conteng ke apa-apa ke macam tu lah. Then we have the regression. This is movement back in psychological times when one face is stressed. Okay, I want to ask you guys, when you are stressed, is there something you guys do to cope? For example, if someone stressed, they play with their shawl like this. Or the child will begin to suck their thumb or wet the bed. What will you guys do? Eat, cry, then someone will bite their fingers, something like that. Then we have the sublimation, satisfying an impulse with a substitute object. Means you did not harm anyone, you did not when the prof mad at you, you did not mad at anyone, but you do something to yourself, such as sport, draw, read. Adaptive versus maladaptive coping mechanism. Okay, adaptive coping is something berlawanan dengan maladaptive coping. So, the adaptive coping is problem solving and reaching out for support. Meanwhile, the maladaptive coping is something berlawanan dengan adaptive coping. So, what will you do with the maladaptive coping behavior? If you did not reach for support, what will you get? You will get the depression, suicide. You will do suicide, or you will get the schizophrenia, or the excessive use of drugs and alcohol. Maybe you do the self-injuries. If the adaptive coping, when you reach out for help, at least there is something that will help you cope with yourself. But when you did not, you will have the negative thought, and sometimes you ruin your body or your psyche. Okay, then there is developing resilience you can do. That is, you must have the supportive environment. Here you must have the supportive friends to help you, to share untuk berkongsi cerita, and then you must promoting self-reflection. Self-reflection is you have 5W1 lima apa bagaimana tu kan? Okay, untuk awak faham apa emosi awak sekarang dan awak tak akan melakukan perkara-perkara yang melampaui batas. Last but not least, you have the building coping skills. Building coping skills have two. There is emotion focused building and problem focused coping skills. Kalau emotion focused, you exercise, you take a bath, you give yourself a pep talk, then you meditate. But when you go to the problem focused coping skills, you will work on time, ask for support, and then you will write a task that you will not siap lagi. It's personality traits explanation of deliquency. Okay, this approach assumes that delinquents process distinct personality traits that differ from those considered normal. Okay, this is one of the example of maladaptive coping behavior. If you did not reach for support, you will have the depression, you might do the suicide, you might do anorexia and eating disorders, meaning you did not eat. Then you have the schizophrenia. Yes, and then the excessive use of drugs and alcohol. Then you might do the deliquency and conduct disturbance. Okay, then we have the big five personality traits. That is ocean. Ocean. What is ocean? Ocean is openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and then neuroticism. Okay, in this big five, there are O, C, E, and A. You must go high, but the N you must go low. Tak faham? Okay, tak faham, tak apa. Okay, openness, awak terbuka dengan semua orang. Okay, kalau awak terbuka dengan semua orang, if you open with anyone, what will you get? You will be curious, you will be initiative, and be independent. But if you not, you will be practical, conventional, and cautious. Then we have the conscientiousness is tendency to be organized and dependable. Maknanya awak nak jadi organized. Kalau awak punya C ni tinggi, apa akan jadi? Awak akan jadi seorang yang hardworking, dependable, and organized. Kalau tak, awak akan jadi impulsive, easygoing, and careless person. E is extraversion. Okay, extraversion is tendency to seek help from others. If your extraversion is high, you will be outgoing, you will be warm, and energetic. But if not, you will be a quiet person, a reserved person, and solitary. On you is high. Then we have the agreeableness. When you agree with someone, or you measure of one trusting, helpful, and affectionate gesture, you will be a helpful person, trusting, and compassionate person. But not, you will just critique other person, you will be a challenging person, and you will be suspicious for others. Okay, this is OCEA is when you must go high, or you must go positive, you must open with anyone else, you must be organized, you must seek for help, and you must agree with anyone else. Then, but the neuroticism you must have in yourself, you must go low. What is neuroticism? Neuroticism is predisposition to psychological stress. It means how you handle stress. Okay, you must on neuroticism you must go low, because if not, you will be anxious person, sensitive, and always moody. That's why you must go low. If you go low, you will be a secure, even tempered, and calm person. Okay, 3.7, last for me is personality measurement methods to ascertain behavior disorder. Okay, we have only this slide. Okay, I already highlight this red, green, and purple to this. Okay, the subjective method. Okay, the subjective method is a clinical interview, self-report inventory, and rating skills checklist. Well, you do the structured interview and unstructured interview to person you want to assess. Okay, then we have the objective method from behavioral observation, neuropsychological test, psycho-sociological measures, and diagnostic and statistical manuals of mental disorder, DSM. Then the last but not least is projective methods. That we have the projective test from literature in blood test and thematic perception test, TAT. This, kalau awak tak faham, ini adalah cara-cara awak nak test personality seseorang yang awak akan gunakan. Tapi test ni lebih kepada psikologis. Macam tu. Okay. Kita sebenarnya, okay. Actually, the assessment of personality not only has 3 but 6. But I just put 3 because in that book we have 3 assessment of personality. That's all for me. Okay, I will go to the FAIQAH. Criminal personality. Okay, yang ni adalah macam mana personality dia. Macam mana personality dia tu, macam penjenayah tu dapat personality tu daripada mana? Faham tak? Okay, yang pertama adalah ASPD ni, Psychopathic and Antisocial Personality Disorder. Okay, yang ni dia penjenayah tu dah ada penyakit disorder tu dah ada dalam diri dia. Faham tak? Yang kedua, biological factor daripada genetik. Dia dapat daripada genetik, mak ayah dia orang. Yang ketiga adalah social learning and environment. Yang ketiga ni, cara mereka berinteraksi dengan orang boleh menyebabkan diri dia tu jadi penjenayah. Yang keempat adalah psychosocial factor. Psychosocial ni, jenayah yang dia buat masa kecil boleh menyebabkan dia jadi penjenayah. Faham tak? Okey, yang seterusnya adalah personality traits yang Eza dah bentang tadi. Yang keenam, situational factor. Okey, situational ni dia ada satu situasi yang boleh menyebabkan dia jadi penjenayah. Contoh, dia tak ada duit. Macam mana dia dah 3 hari tak makan kan? Dia tak ada duit, macam mana dia nak survive diri dia. So, dia berfikir untuk jadi penjenayah dengan mencuri duit orang lain ke, dia bunuh orang lain untuk dapatkan duit. So, dekat situ, situasi tersebut akan menyebabkan dia jadi seorang penjenayah. Faham? Okay, yang ketujuh adalah misunderstanding. Okay, next. Okay, 3.9, the development of self-control, introspection and resilience. Okay, kita pergi cepat sebab dah lambat kan. Okay, yang pertama adalah role of socialization of self-control. Okay, yang pertama adalah parents. Dari mana dia nak dapatkan self-control dia adalah yang pertama daripada parents. Okay, parents ni adalah orang yang paling rapat dengan kita dan relationship parents dengan diri kita akan membentuk siapa diri kita. Faham tak? Yang kedua adalah friends. Having a positive relationship with peer can also contribute to the development of self-control. Okay, kita ada kawan yang baik akan membentuk diri kita yang baik. Kalau kita ada kawan yang tak elok akan membentuk diri kita yang tak elok. Contohnya, kita ada kawan yang suka bercakap dalam kelas. So, bila dia suka bercakap dalam kelas, kita tak fokus. So, daripada situ kita akan dia akan menyebabkan kawan tu adalah negatif, bukannya positif. Okay, yang ketiga adalah teacher. Okay, teacher ni akan membimbing kita untuk adanya self-control dalam diri. Next. Okay, yang ni adalah link between low self-control and delinquency. Yang pertama tu remaja yang low self-control akan menyebabkan dia terpengaruh kepada delinquency. Yang kedua, individu yang mempunyai low self-control juga akan menyebabkan dia terjebak dalam delinquency juga. Yang ni, yang ketiga ni, self-control tu adalah dynamic. Dia boleh berubah mengikut persekitaran semasa. Okey, tiga ni adalah apa yang menyebabkan kita kekurangan self-control. Okey, yang ni adalah cara untuk kita jauh daripada delinquency. Yang pertama adalah maturity, impulse control, delaying gratification and resisting peer influence. Okay, kita baca. Nanti korang baca tau. Tengah makan. Okay, yang seterusnya adalah understanding psychopathic personalities. Dalam ni dia ada dua, sosiopat dan psikopat. Next. Okay, sosiopat dia environmental influence. Okay, yang ni. Okay, sosiopat ni dia terpengaruh dengan alam sekitar. Sosiopat ni menekankan bahawa faktor persekitaran memainkan peranan penting untuk membentuk personality. Yang kedua adalah lack of responsibility. orang yang sosiopat ni dia kurang bertanggungjawab dengan apa yang dia macam dia gagal bertanggungjawab atas tindakan mereka sendiri. Faham tak? Faham? Apa yang korang faham? Okey, seterusnya adalah hedonistik. Hedonistik ni dia tidak mempunyai, dia tidak berperasaan dan dia mengutamakan kesenangan mereka sendiri tanpa mengambil berat terhadap orang lain. So dia maksudnya kat sini dia macam selfish lah. Dia tak kisah pasal orang lain, dia kisah pasal diri dia sendiri je. Faham tak? Okay, next. Okay, kat sini adalah tadi sosiopat kan? Okay, sekarang ni adalah psikopat. Lepas tu, psikopat ni dia bersikap agresif. Dia selalu mengorbankan orang lain untuk kepuasan diri dia sendiri. Okay, yang kedua adalah dia kurang rasa bersalah. Dia kurang rasa empati terhadap orang lain. Faham? Okay. Yang seterusnya adalah dia mengorbankan mangsa untuk kepuasan diri sendiri. Okey. Faham? Seterusnya adalah understanding mental illness and delinquency. Next. Okey, yang ni adalah faktor-faktor mental illness dalam kalangan remaja, dalam kalangan pemuda. Yang pertama adalah inadequate diet. Yang ni dia kanak-kanak yang suka makan benda-benda yang tak berkhasiat. Kan dulu kan ada orang cakap masa kanak-kanak kan dekat orang dekat kampung dia cakap okey, kan masa kanak-kanak kan orang kurangkan kepada kanak-kanak tu untuk makan gula-gula. Kau dengar tak? Sebab takut bukan, dia takut jadi hyper. Macam dia terlalu dia puas, faham tak? Terlalu puas, terlalu berlari sana sini apa semua, tak ada diam macam tu. So kat sini dia diet yang lacking proper nutrition akan menyebabkan ada mental health issues dalam children. Yang kedua adalah I'm bringing in an alcoholic home. Yang ni parents dan persekitaran rumah kita bawa alkohol. Faham tak? Contoh kita balik rumah, kita tengok mak ayah kita mabuk ke apa ke, faham tak? So kat sini menyebabkan children tu sendiri dia macam daripada kecil dia nampak mak ayah dia mabuk apa semua, so dia akan menyebabkan terjadinya mental illness kat situ. Okay, next adalah emotional abuse dan trauma. Next. Okay, kat sini adalah personality types that lead to juvenile murders. Okay, nanti saya akan tanya orang yang paling banyak bercakap. Kat sini nampak tau. Okay, kat sini adalah personality yang membawa kepada pembunuhan juvenile. Okay, yang pertama adalah dia tak bersimpati. Yang kedua, dia terperangkap dalam situasi yang penuh konflik. Dan yang ketiga, dia rasa sangat tidak selamat sehingga dia bertindak keterlaluan. Okey, ini adalah apa yang menyebabkan dia berlakunya juvenile. Yang pertama, dia balas dendam. Yang kedua, dia nak self defense diri dia sendiri. Dan yang ketiga adalah dia nak protecting others.
We have two questions for two people. First, from me, boleh tak kita pergi ke 3.5? Then, defense mechanism to protect yourself.
If I want to reduce my stress, I go to pray lah. I pray to God lah.
Okay, soalan yang kedua adalah state 2. The system from delinquency.
First, maturity and second, impulse control.
Thank you.